Nestled in the sweeping fields of Lower Silesia, Poland, just a few hours southwest of Berlin, Germany, or northeast of Prague, Czechia, lies a place that I can confidently tell you is currently Europe's most underrated city. While some people may be shocked to think that the most underrated city in the whole of Europe could be in Poland, even some Poles may express their doubt at that statement. The truth is, as 21st century Europe changes into something many may not recognize, Poland has emerged as one of the best examples of a truly European sense of beauty and calmness that one can enjoy while here on this wonderful continent. With that said, welcome to Wrocław, Poland, where in this video, we'll provide you with guided tours of the city's infinitely walkable and bikeable streets and parks. We'll explore the past meets present style of architecture on display at almost every corner. We'll show you the universities, and yes, this is a college town as we say in America, and much more as we discuss 7 reasons Wrocław, Poland is Europe's most underrated city. Now we'll do this in countdown order, beginning with number 7, geography. Wrocław, from an international standpoint, is arguably the best located city in Poland and one of the best located cities in all of Central Europe. You can go from the center of Wrocław to the center of Berlin in just 4 hours by train, door to door as we say in the US. You can be in Prague, Czechia in 3.5 hours by car, or 4.5 hours by bus, Vienna in 5 hours by car. Or if you decide to stay in Poland, you can reach all of the major cities such as Warszawa, Kraków, Poznan, and even Gdansk within 5 hours, depending on which city you choose to visit. Even the Wrocław airport itself is a Ryanair hub and often runs cheap flights to Italy, the UK, Greece, France, and other major destinations. And even better, that airport is a comfortable, easy, flat ride to the city center itself, making air travel a comparative breeze. Number 6 is topography. The ease of moving around in Wrocław really comes down to its topography, topography in Polish. In other words, the actual way the land the city is built on looks and feels. Wrocław is a flat, bikeable, and walkable city with many bike lanes provided for its citizens, an extensive scooter network available at any time, my personal favorite way of getting around, and an almost grid-like street system that makes it easy to remember where you are, thanks to the central nature of the Rynek, or market square, nestled right next to the river Odra. As an aside, as much as I love Kraków, the fact that the Rynek in Kraków is so far and down a hill from the river itself is a noticeable difference with Wrocław, where here you can walk from the Rynek to the river in around 5 minutes, which makes an afternoon stroll in Wrocław extremely dynamic and pleasant when you want some fresh air. Now, the breathtaking riverside that cuts through Wrocław itself has amazingly quaint islands in the middle with apartment buildings, commercial restaurants and shops, historic churches, and even a few well-maintained parks to relax in. And that's number 5, the parks. Wrocław's park system is extremely well designed. I personally enjoyed the parks north of the river the most, including Park Stanisław Topa with its lovely Gothic church, and of the Siecietnicki Park, the largest in Wrocław, which includes the beautiful Wrocław Zoo and the Hala Stulecia Centennial Hall, all of which are an absolute must-see in the city. The beauty of these parks is not only about how well located they are, but how calm, peaceful, and not overpopulated they are, even on a Sunday. As we mentioned in the beginning, when people think of European cities, they think of large, often overcrowded, overactive places with people from all around the world doing things all the time. Not in Poland. It's one of the few places I've been where you can actually go to the park and just get some peace and quiet, as we say in America, even when you're in a public park in a city of over 600,000 people. This is not to say, however, that Wrocław is devoid of activity and entertainment, however. Although I'm past the time of life where nightlife, partying, or even youth culture is really my main priority, I hear that Wrocław is one of the wildest and fun places to party in Poland and even in all of Central Europe. No, this isn't Berlin or Budapest or even Kraków. However, Wrocław is a university city and houses some of the most respected institutions in the entire country, including the Wrocław Institute of Technology, Wrocław University, the Wrocław University of Economics, and Wrocław University of Environmental and Life Sciences, among many others. Therefore, in Wrocław, the locals both work hard and play hard, and one can enjoy both emotional and intellectual stimulation in a city like this. That intellectual stimulation of Wrocław doesn't just stop at having students, however. The students themselves and the wider artistic community keep the city active with many intellectual activities to enjoy. I remember when I first got here, how my girlfriend and I were treated to, on a random Tuesday night, an immersive Van Gogh exhibit wherein his art was morphed into a 360 projected film, in addition to in-depth studies of his paintings, all within a few minutes of where we were staying. Wrocław is filled with museums, cathedrals, tours, and much more, and there's so much going on that one can never get bored if you're passionate about the arts. And how can one not be artistic in a city like Wrocław, with some of the most dynamic architectural settings in Europe? The thing you must understand about Wrocław is that over its long history, it has been a part of many of Europe's most well-known and important dynasties. As early as the Roman Empire, Wrocław was seen on maps in the 2nd century AD by Roman geographer and mathematician Ptolemy, and in 985, Duke Mieszko I of Poland changed the city's name to Wrocław. The oldest existing part of the city, Ostrów Tumski, is more than 1,000 years old, and to this day you can visit buildings in the area while on your riverside and island walk that we've already mentioned. At different points over the following 1,000 years, Wrocław has been a part of the kingdoms of Poland, Bohemia, the Holy Roman Empire, the German Empire, and even for a short time under the rule of the Kingdom of Hungary. Probably the most notable architectural styles are the Habsburgian style, found most prominently in the beautifully preserved Rynek or Market Square that we've mentioned, and the modernist buildings peppered throughout them. The fact that modern buildings are seen right next to historic ones is one of the defining characteristics of Wrocław, and we would be remiss not to say that the atrocities of World War II has a large part to play in that. But as we know, the people of Poland, and particularly of the Silesian regions, both upper and lower, are a strong and proud people, and thus from the ashes of the war has sprouted this, Europe's most underrated city. And with that, we have arrived at the final and possibly most striking reason Wrocław is Europe's most underrated city. While within Poland, there may be many debates about what is the best city as an outside observer, meaning as an American living in this wonderful country, but obviously not Polish myself, I have yet to meet anyone in Poland who does not like Wrocław, and often people say they like people in Wrocław, who they find to be quite warm and friendly compared to some other regions. I'm still learning some of the intercity rivalries of Poland the longer I stay here, and certainly people from outside of Warsaw see it as different from them, sort of like in New York in the United States where everyone else is talking about New York. But everyone I've met in Poland so far likes Wrocław. Maybe it's the climate. Wrocław is considered the warmest large city in Poland. Maybe it's the mixture of student life and tourism and diversity. Perhaps it's the river and the Rynek and the architecture and all the things we've mentioned. No matter what it is, Wrocław is an unforgettable city, not only in Poland, not only in Europe, but for me, it's an unforgettable city in the world. Now, if this is your first time watching us, I will place on screen and below our other videos on Poland. And now that we're getting a few subscribers, I'd like to ask you in the comments, do you have any questions for me about my thoughts on Poland as an American or places you think I should visit? I'd be happy to do videos on them. And I appreciate you watching our videos, and I'll see you on the next one. Do widzenia.